Blocked by Hayes. Now the ball pops loose, and Maple Grove's going to have it. Right out in front, they score.
Welcome to a special year-end edition of Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week, I look back at some of the interesting athletes we met in 2015 in our Sports Jam Spotlight Stories.
Some great athletes with some great stories to tell. And we'll start with the story of an outstanding student athlete from Park Center. Last spring, we caught up with then Pirates senior Terrance Howard as he prepared for the final weeks of high school competition.
I put in a lot of time. I come in I practice on weekends and stuff too, and shot put. I'm really working on getting a lot better in discus. I'm always working on trying to get better.
The extra time at practice has paid off for Terrance Howard. The Park Center senior is in his 5th year of track and field, throwing discus and shot. The difference between now and then is night and day.
8th grade and 9th grade year, I definitely had no idea that a sport like this could, because when people think of throwing, they think of just really huge, massive guys throwing objects as far as they can. And I think really with discus especially, at these 5 years here and learning from such a great coach, and it's really helped me get the little mental aspects and little minute details of spinning and getting a discus and throwing discus well has really helped me, and I think I've learned a lot.
Terrance is a 2-time state qualifier at state in the discus, and last year finished 2nd at the Class AA meet. Earlier this season, he threw 191 feet in competition, best in the state this year by far, and a personal record for Terrance.
I've just been really working on trying to improve my spin more and more, and when I let go of the 191, I knew it felt good, but I didn't know it'd be a PR of almost 12 feet good. And when I heard that number, I just was super excited, because then, all the hard work I've been putting in this winter lifting and trying to get stronger has really been paying off.
According to this U.S. Track and Field News website that we found, it's the 5th best throw, the 4th or 5th best throw in the country so far this year. And I know for sure it's the best throw in Minnesota in the last 10 years. Nobody in Minnesota has thrown that far since like 2004.
Timing definitely helps, because the timing is off. It can translate to a throw being 20 feet to the right of the sector or 20 feet to the left of the sector, so timing is a big thing. Footwork is a huge thing. If your foot lands in a place 2 feet to the right, you could end up fouling, or you could end up having to contort your body just to even get the disc out of your hand right. And speed is definitely is another thing. I consider myself a thrower that has a great amount of speed. So if I can get a lot of speed in the ring and get timing at my feet right, then that really translates to a good throw.
As his distance in the event grew, the disc he uses changed to one now designed for more elite throwers like Terrance.
This one is the newer one, and it has more weight in the rim. So this one's for more advanced throwers that really don't have to worry about getting it out flat or anything. But since it has more weight in the rim, if you can really get it out there and spinning faster, it spins a lot better, and it catches the wind a little more, so you get a little more feet to it.
Here's Fine stepping up. Howard is going to wrap him up and drag him down.
Last fall, Terrance finished his high school football career as an all-conference defensive end for the Pirates. It was a great experience for he and his teammates.
Creating a winning culture here is definitely something we want to do, and this season was one of the best season I could have ever hoped for, and I think that definitely I'm going to come back and try to still be a part of that, because football is something I love, and having it at Park Center is something that everyone should enjoy, and I want to make the program as good as this whole community can.
But it is track and field that is guiding this high honor roll student to Marquette University in Milwaukee, something he couldn't have imagined a few years ago.
If you had told me 8th or 9th grade year that I'd be going to a school on a scholarship for track, I would have told you you're crazy, because I didn't know it would amount to all this. But going to Marquette, I especially loved it, and I love the coaches, and I love the atmosphere there. And when they offered me a scholarship, I almost didn't hesitate to accept it, because throwing is what I love, and I can't wait to do it at the next level with such a great organization and at such a great school.
A state record in the discus is not out of the question. State championship is definitely Terrance Howard's goal.
Well, Terrence did win the state discus championship with a throw of 176 feet 5 inches, and he placed 4th in the shot put. He's on the Marquette track and field team now and told us he wants to study sports medicine there.
Armstrong and Cooper each had very good football seasons this past fall. They renewed their rivalry early in the season with Cooper winning. A standout from each team will continue their football careers together in college. Here's our story on Thomas Barber and Phillip Howard from October. They've dazzled on the field as high school standouts, and 2 Robbinsdale District football stars will be teammates with the Gophers next year.
Touchdown, Phillip Howard.
Cooper quarterback and defensive back number 7, Phillip Howard, is one of the state's fastest players and an elusive double threat on offense. Armstrong's number 44, Thomas Barber, is a physical, hard-hitting linebacker who occasionally doubles as a tough-to-tackle running back. Both teams went 6-2 in the regular season. After a long string of losing teams, it's been a special season for Barber and his Falcons teammates.
Yeah, it is kind of special knowing that we helped push the winning record for the Falcons in a while, and it makes us feel good. I mean, we've been talking about this since we were like 5th, 6th grade, and we're just really looking forward to this.
Cooper's had a better track record in recent seasons, but this was one of the Hawks' best teams too. The wins are great, but Howard will remember his teammates most of all.
These guys like to have fun. They're a hard-working group, like I said, and we just like to have fun with each other. A lot of us hang out together, so I will always remember that, because like past years, most of us, like, we had split groups that we hung out with, but we still all came up together and hung out and stuff like that. But I think we're closer this year.
That they're talented as football players is pretty obvious, but Howard and Barber have meant a lot to their programs in other ways too.
3-sport athlete, then all of a sudden he does track, makes him a 4-sport athlete, and things that he brings to our school in terms of athletic leadership, but then also leadership in the building. You know, he's going to be a kid that's hard to replace on the football field, not just for his athletic ability, but for his leadership. But his leadership has also started the mentoring process of our young quarterbacks, as well as our younger running backs and receivers, and just the things that he brings is you know, unmeasurable.
He's a phenomenal leader for us. He's a hard worker. He's a fun guy out here. You know, he keeps things loose. Thomas has really opened up this year, you know, last year with my first year. And so, you know, he's made it a lot more fun for the guys. And then when you get on the field, I mean, he's all over the place.
Just to clarify, Phillip Howard is not Coach Willie Howard's son, although he's been asked that question often.
I would say at least 30 times, but there's actually no relation in that, surprisingly.
Have you enjoyed playing for him though?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy to play for. He's a mentor, a coach. He's a father figure to most of these guys on the team.
For both Barber and Howard, choosing to stay at home to play for Minnesota seemed a natural fit.
Just the home field, there, all the upperclassmen there, even the seniors that won't even be there next year, were really opening to all of us incoming freshmen and the 2016 class, and it made me feel home and a bunch of new brothers that I have.
I grew up watching Minnesota. Me and my dad, we grew up watching Minnesota play, Minnesota and other colleges, but it was always like, I want to play for Minnesota. Like, that's the school I want to go to coming up as a kid. You know, me and other kids talked about going to college together, doing all those good things. And I'm more of a family guy, so like, you know, I like to stay close to home, stay close to my family, keep them at all the games.
For Thomas Barber, he'll be the 4th in his family to wear the maroon and gold. His dad, Marion, was a great running back in the 70s. Brother Marion III, a star back in the 2000s. And brother Dom, a standout defensive back. All played in the NFL, too.
It's pretty fun. I mean, they give me the ins and outs of everything, but having them around made it an easier choice, realizing where to go and how they felt about it, how they felt about the Gophers and their experiences there, and it really helped.
Cooper got the best of Armstrong early this season when Barber and Howard went head-to-head. They know each other a bit and look forward to teaming up in college.
I know him pretty well. He's a great kid. He's a tough competitor. He's not going to let much past him. And if he does make a mistake, he's going to make right up for it again.
I know he's a very explosive player, and he is very fast. I know that, and it's going to be fun playing with him.
Pleased with what both of our schools are doing in this district, and you know, I think put on a pretty good show and a good product, and we have good kids, and so you know, it's going to be neat to see 2 kids from our district going on to the next level.
Barber is enrolling at the University of Minnesota early and is slated to take part in spring practice with the Gophers. Both Howard and Barber earned all-Metro honors this season. So, John, we've already seen 3 pretty good athletes in the show so far.
Best of luck as they start their college careers. Our Best of 2015 Sports Jam show continues in a moment as we meet a top-flight skier from Plymouth. Benilde St. Margaret's Amanda Kautzer took up Nordic skiing in 7th grade and has been in the state meet for the last 3 years. Jason Melillo profiled her back in February.
Amanda Kautzer loves to ski.
I'm going to ski till I'm 70 or older.
And her hard work and dedication is paying off. The Benilde St. Margaret's Junior won the Section 6 meet and then placed 12th at the state meet.
Nordic skiing is about technique and teamwork and athletic ability. And Amanda has all 3.
I don't feel like I'm that good because I know there's so many more places I can get better and there's so many more goals I still want to achieve.
The ironic thing about Kautzer's success in Nordic skiing is she came to the sport by accident.
So in previous to 7th grade, I'd been playing basketball just with my school, and then I wanted to try the alpine team competitively, but I went to the wrong meeting.
That's a good thing.
And I didn't realize it until like 2 weeks in, and at that point I was like, okay, I've done this for 2 weeks, might as well stick through, and I ended up loving it.
To me, it's always important for kids to do what they want to do. And ultimately, that's what's most important for them in their high school career. They spend a lot of time studying and trying to have a good high school experience, and I'm glad that she wound up choosing Nordic. So.
Kautzer is a strong skier in every way, and she has that will to win that can't be taught. Kautzer is also an avid hunter and competitive shooter. She learned to shoot at a young age and recently figured out a way to combine her love of shooting and skiing by training for the biathlon.
My head coach for my club team, Piet Bednarski, he was also in the biathlon community. So he saw my interest in shooting and then saw that I was getting better results skiing, so suggested that I try it, and I tried it last summer and loved it.
Biathletes ski around a cross-country course, stopping periodically to shoot at targets.
For me, the main thing is being able to shoot with a high heart rate. So it's kind of balancing how fast you can ski with still being able to, as my coach said, how to have a fighting chance in the range.
In December, Kautzer traveled to Mount Itasca in northern Minnesota to ski in the Junior World Biathlon Championship, and she finished 4th, securing a spot on the U.S. national team for her age group.
There were 3 races at the end of December, right after Christmas, and after those 3 races, you automatically qualify the top 2 in each age group, and then the next 2 are on discretion. So after the 3 races, I wasn't in the top 2, so I had a couple days I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but luckily I made it on discretion.
Last Friday, the day after the state Nordic meet in Bowabic, Amanda was on a plane to Belarus to compete in the World Championships against the best biathletes from more than 30 nations.
In Belarus, these are all world champion biathletes, and the United States is very far behind the rest of the world when it comes to Nordic skiing and biathlon, so she will have some stiff competition. But the opportunity to be part of that experience, I think, is very important and a great honor.
Next year, as a senior, Amanda Kautzer will be one of the best Nordic skiers in the state. And who knows, maybe we'll see her competing for the U.S. biathlon team in the Olympics someday. Jason Melillo, 12 Sports.
Thanks, Jason. As he mentioned, Amanda placed 12th at the state meet last season. The Red Knights are scheduled to open this season next week at Worth Park. We'll be right back.
Park Center's girls basketball team is back in Class 4A for the 2015-2016 season. That's after winning back-to-back state titles in Class 3A. 2 sisters helped lead the way to the 2015 championship. We caught up with the Schaubs in January 2015. They are double trouble for Park Center opponents. Senior guard Hannah Schaub, number 21, and her little sister, sophomore Danielle, number 5, are having a blast playing together.
Hannah Schaub to Danielle Schaub, way up good.
Like at home, we talk about the game sometime. We talk about like practices, and we always have like a connection now. I feel like we got closer through this sport, so I'm happy about it.
We go up to Lifetime a lot together. We work each other out. On the court, we pass each other. Like, we know where each other are, so it's we help each other out a lot.
Last season was the first together for Hannah and Danielle as varsity basketball players. It was a dream season with an interesting twist, no pun intended. A late season knee injury kept Hannah out of Park Center's run to the state Class 3A title. For replacement in the starting lineup, then freshman Danielle, who hit a game-tying buzzer beater to keep the Pirates alive in the state final, a game they won in 3 overtimes over Marshall. It was fun but hard for Hannah to miss out.
It was really exciting and tough, like seeing her have to watch me step in for her, but she was really supportive and I was supportive of her, so it worked out really well.
I was obviously sad, but seeing Danielle step up and like rise to the occasion and winning that one or making that one shot, it's unbelievable. She's good.
Between Hannah and Danielle and older sister Nicole, the Schaubs have played big roles in 3 recent success stories for Park Center. The Pirates won back-to-back state softball titles in 2010 and 2011. Nicole was on both champs and Hannah the second. This past fall, while Hannah was out with a knee injury, Danielle helped the Pirates reach their first state girls soccer tournament. They're close now, but with a 2-year age difference, there was a time when Hannah wasn't always so eager to have Danielle hang out with her friends.
She would like not let me, and then I was like, come on, just let me hang out with you. But then, so we hang out a lot now, so.
We kind of intertwine with her friends and my friends, and like I'll go somewhere and she'll tag along. I'll drive her somewhere and end up like hanging out with them, so we're close. We're actually really close.
I've known the Schaubs for my whole life. They were my best friends growing up. They're amazing girls. They're best friends and sisters. They get along so well on and off the court, and you can tell when they play. It's just everything's so smooth, and they're just really, really great girls.
This season, the Schaubs are both having good seasons as the Pirates have started out strong.
Hannah is a tremendous ball handler, very unselfish player, has amazing court vision, and obviously a Division I level player. And so to have her, and with all her experience, and to be a senior now and to lead her the way she is, that's a huge benefit for us. Danielle has just an interesting dynamic to her. It's a little bit different, but she's explosive, she can score. She's more, she'll take it to the rim and look to call her own numbers, so it's a good complement to Hannah.
While they do have some of the same skills, their differences in style and age have made Hannah and Danielle better.
I think I helped her game a lot by my size, because I can, like, I'm her sister, so obviously I'm going to go harder against her and kind of beat on her. And I'll admit it, she's faster than me, and so she can like run and I have to like chase her, and she's small, so I don't really play against that, so we helped each other in like different ways.
I always like went to her traveling practices and helped them out, so I mean, practicing with older kids really makes you a lot better, so it helped me a lot.
The future is bright this season and beyond for Park Center girls basketball. Danielle's part of a super talented sophomore class.
I think all of us sophomores, since we've always just played together, I mean, gives us a lot of chemistry, and chemistry really helps a lot when you're on the court. But yeah, we've heard that a lot, that we don't play like sophomores, so that's a good thing.
And the 2014-2015 team hasn't been perfect against a beefed-up schedule, but they'll be in the hunt for another title.
We obviously had some losses that we wish we could have won, done some things differently to try to change the outcome. But we're still happy about how we've been playing. We obviously have a lot to work on, and we want to still keep rising.
They did, of course, win the title again last year. Hannah Schaub is now a freshman at Valparaiso and is doing well so far. She leads the team in steals and assists and is averaging 6 points per game. Danielle enters the week averaging 13 points, 4.4 assists, and 2.5 steals as a junior for Park Center. John has the story of one of Maple Grove High School's all-time greats up next.
In November, Maple Grove's Isaac Collins signed a national letter of intent to play collegiate baseball at Creighton University in Nebraska. Last spring, though, when we caught up with him, he was still deciding between baseball or football, or doing both in college. Here's this week's Sports Jam Spotlight from April.
Is it baseball?
Swings and grounds it through the hole into left field, a base hit.
Or football?
Pitch to Collins, big hole, and now sprints outside. Collins to the end zone, touchdown, Maple Grove.
Isaac Collins is good, very good, at both football and baseball.
Isaac for us has been a nice infield player in that he's so athletic, good speed, quickness. You know, he's got the ability to run bases.
We ask him to do everything. I mean, if you look at us as a team, he plays offense, he plays defense, he's our returner. Sometimes I put him at quarterback, sometimes I put him, he's our our holder. And so he's such a good athlete. We just want to get him in every spot that we can to allow us the best chance to succeed because he's that good.
Which sport is his favorite? It depends on if you ask him in the spring or in the fall.
I mean, it's kind of cliche, but it kind of is. Like right now, baseball is my passion, but once it comes football season, football will be my passion, and it'll be hard to choose one over the other, but we'll see.
On the baseball diamond, Isaac is the starting shortstop and the Crimson's #2 hitter in the lineup. Got a good bat and maybe even a better glove.
Hitting Collins up with it. Quick throw to second, on to first, double play.
Up until this year, Isaac was a three-sport athlete, but gave up basketball this past season. The time off gave Isaac the chance to rest and work out in anticipation of baseball.
It's been nice because normally I've been so busy with, I think maybe like 2 weeks out of the whole entire school year, I'll be able to actually go home and relax. But with this winter, not being able to play basketball and being able to focus more on baseball, it's been nice. Getting a lot of work done and have some big expectations for myself and my team this year.
While he's a gem on the diamond in the spring, college football coaches have definitely noticed his skills on the gridiron. An athletic two-way starter, Isaac has football smarts too.
He's a 397 GPA kid, so when you have a kid that smart who has that much ability to adapt and to adjust and to do things, he's a ton of fun to coach because you pretty much can throw things at him every week and he's able to respond, and he does it not only just responding in a way, but he does it in a great way, and that's fun to watch.
Growing up, I've always played offense and defense, so it hasn't really changed much, and I really like playing both sides of the ball. I like aspects of both sides, and it's really fun. Hopefully I get to be able to do it again this year, and I think I will.
Collins learned a lot from watching his older brother, Roman.
Collins falling forward. Is he in? Yes.
4 years older than Isaac, Roman also delivered big plays in both football and baseball.
He was one of our top players, and we kind of had a nickname for him when he was here at UPS. In his junior and senior year, had batted over 600 with guys in scoring position, and honestly, I don't think that'll ever happen again. It's just a pretty amazing feat.
He was kind of a quiet kid that just, he'd make the plays that were there, and then as time went on, he became a stud, and we put him on offense those last 2 or 3 weeks, and we became a 10 times better football team. Suddenly we were a 0-4 team at the beginning that won like 4 of our last 5 going into the playoff game, and he was a big reason why.
While they never played on the same team in football, the Collins brothers did play 1 year of varsity baseball together. Isaac was an 8th grader, Roman a senior.
Being able to be on the same team was pretty special. I was kind of young, so I kind of remember a few things about that season, but it was fun. And especially all the other teammates on my team, they grew up together and they played all on the same team. And as a little kid, I was their bat boy, so it was really special to actually be in the same team with them.
It's April, and baseball is the focus now for Isaac Collins, a season he views with great promise.
We have everything we need with hitting, fielding, defense, pitching, and we have a lot of returners, so we should be pretty good. And we have a lot of high expectations to make it far in the season.
Isaac finished his football playing days in style. He rushed for over 1,800 yards and 22 touchdowns as the Crimson reached the Class 6A semifinals for his 2nd straight season. Roman Collins was drafted in the 5th round of the June Major League Baseball draft by the Kansas City Royals and played rookie ball over the summer in Idaho Falls, Idaho, hitting .292. Pretty good year, pretty good family. The Collins, great athletes.
Boy, I think I have to think of Isaac as one of the best, really, that we've had when you combine the 2 sports around. And what a great career he had in both baseball and football, and one more spring to go, of course, for the Crimson baseball team. Well, that will do it for our Best of 2015 Sports Jam Spotlight Show. It's been a great year for sports here in the Northwest suburbs.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.
It's a New Year's Day football feast on Channel 12. We'll bring you 6 of the top prep games from the past fall, all day on New Year's Day.
Davison into the end zone, touchdown Maple Grove.
Watch Maple Grove, Park Center, Armstrong, Cooper, Tutino Grace, plus state 6A champion Osseo and more. We'll kick off the day at 7 a.m. Then every 3 hours a new game begins, right up until midnight. The Best of 12 Sports High School Football 2015 on New Year's Day 2016, right here on Channel 12 and 12.tv.